Alright guys, welcome back to another video, and in this video I'm going to be teaching you guys how to improve, how to get better in Modern Warfare / Warzone. So first, you gotta set goals on what you want to get better in. Do you want to get better at getting into comp? Do you want to get better at Warzone? Do you want to get better in multiplayer, dropping more kills and stuff, raising your KD and this stuff? So, in competitive, you're not really going to raise your KD. Well, you can if you're doing really bad, but first, you have to find settings that are right to you. Find a sensitivity that you're comfortable. Stay with it. Stop changing your sensitivity a ton. Find an aim sensitivity that you're comfortable with. I play controller, so I run 6.6 and I run dynamic. I've been running that for months now. 3, 4, 5 months. Get used to a setting. Just use it the whole time. I don't care. You could use linear. You could use anything. Stick to one sense. That is the biggest thing that I will preach. And then second is, warm up against bots. Play a little bit against bots. Warm up your shot. I know it's a little bit tougher if you're trying to get better at Warzone because it's going to be harder for you to practice your aim. And especially if you're a free-to-play player. So I'm not going to say, go out and play the game. But if you are trying, pick better position. I don't play Warzone a ton, so I can't extremely help you guys in Warzone, but think about your positioning, get better position, position yourself on top of a building, position yourself into a position to take out a person. And then, honestly, to get better at Warzone, you just gotta play a lot. And there is no short trick. If you're playing 1 to 2 hours a day, or 1 to 2 hours, 3 hours a week, you're not gonna improve. I'm sorry. Now, I'm not saying to put 8 hours, 10 hours a day. No. If you take and you play 2 hours a day for 2 weeks, you will see improvement. You take 15 minutes, let's say, to practice, a minute 45, just to do whatever you want to improve. Warzone, obviously, if you're playing Warzone, use the pregame lobby to your advantage to improve. And you can see this is CDL playlist. I want to get better at competitive. And so you can see I don't always just rush into gunfights. That I knew there was going to be a guy flanking me boxes. He didn't chow me right away there. And so you've got to think, again, I'm going to be talking more on the multiplayer side. Now it's going to be a lot different. Players play extremely different. Spawns, normally I'd say, learn the spawns. It is... The spawns are super hard to predict. Kind of get an idea of where players are going to be spawning. And, aim towards that. Don't play team deathmatch. That's not going to help you, Play hardpoint. Play what you want to play. And so, work on your positioning. Figure out where they're spawning. Shipment. Don't. There's no really getting better at shipment. It's just kind of luck. It's crazy. But you can see I'm snapping onto people. I used to not be able to do that. I've gotten so comfortable with this sensitivity. I am absolutely destroying these kids. And so that's what it is. I practice for maybe 15, 20 minutes warm up, and then I'm playing maybe 2, 3 hours a day against typically better players. So you want to challenge yourself. If you're trying to go, play competitive, watch pros, watch other people do this. Watch me a little bit. Obviously, pros would probably be better, but just if you want to get better, watch somebody that's really good at what you want to do and try to somewhat mimic about what you're doing. Mimic what they do a little bit. Obviously, it's going to be hard. A lot of the people that would be better than you are for a reason. They've got better aim. Let's say you want to improve at Warzone. You've got, let's say it's Nick Merckx. Obviously, he plays on PC with the controller, but you can see he's got beams. He fries. But if you want to drop a ton of kills in Warzone, watch him. Study how he plays. He literally uploaded a video talking about how he plays and how he gets all these high kill games. Go watch that if you want to. I don't know why you're watching me for Warzone tips. I don't really play Warzone because A, there's a lot of bugs and glitches, and B, it's just I don't love the Battle Royale genre, but back to multiplayer, if you're looking to get better just in the multiplayer playlist, there's going to be a lot of campers, which sucks. And you guys could be like, what's your best way to beat campers? Is by playing game modes, that aren't going to be against campers. Obviously, Search and Destroy, you're gonna have people watching over the bomb. If you call them a camper, get some help, please. Those aren't campers. Campers are people who are playing team deathmatch, and they're sitting in a building with their 725 and their M4 with their double claymores and triple stims and restock, and they've got 15 claymores. They've got a buddy with them with claymores. You know, they've got the deployable cover and ammo box. You know, they're posted up. You know, that team deathmatch. But I would say if you want to play game modes against people that aren't going to camp, either playing the CDL playlist, which some players aren't the greatest, but I will warn you, if you do play CDL playlist, you have a chance of playing against a pro player. So, and they are good. They will have you bad. They will destroy you. I've clipped the one time I actually kind of destroyed a pro player. It happened once. There were like 5 times where he destroyed me. So, it doesn't even out, but they're good. So that's the only thing I warn about CDL playlist. Play hardpoint, play down. You know, you're not gonna see that many people camping in those game modes if you're wanting to play pubs. Obviously, if you like shipment, shoot house, you know, play that. But again, if you have the full game, you know, practice against bots, warm up, you know, play against recruit, and then once you get good at recruit bots, play against veteran bots. That's like the best player practice you can get without playing the game. If you are struggling against veteran bots, you know, take it down to Harden. Once you start slaying Harden, go up to veteran. And once you can absolutely smack veteran bots will still destroy you because they've got aimbot-like accuracy and they've got pretty good movement. There's some times where you're like, damn, and they'll throwing knife you across the map. Don't worry about that. There's nothing you can stop their throwing knives. They're crazy like that. But again, progress up to veteran bots, and that's the best movement you're gonna see. If you're calling kids sweaty, you know, you hate those sweats, and you want to become similar to those, veteran bots are gonna move very similar to those players. They're gonna drop shot, they're gonna jump shot you. It is really one of the best practices you can do to get better. Is face veteran bots. They're gonna be very similar to your typical sweat in the multiplayer. And they're gonna be like a tier below of like competitive. You know, they aren't gonna be bunny hopping, but they're gonna be slide canceling. Well, they won't be slide canceling, but they'll be sliding. They'll be jumping. You know, they'll be drop shotting. So, veteran bots are, I would say, shoot recruit bots for a little bit. Once you starting to see progression and getting better, you know, keep raising and going higher against the bots. And once you can smack veteran bots, I mean, you don't need my help. You're golden. Obviously, you're not gonna absolutely just tear veteran bots because veteran bots are actually pretty good. But you know, you just gotta work for it. It doesn't come without working. If you want to get better at a game, you gotta put in the time to grind. And I mean, if you look at my gameplay, I've put in a decent amount of time. I'm beaming kids, and it really does help if you're using one weapon. And because I play competitive, I only use the M4. That's my whole role in competitive, is to use the M4. Yeah, it could be, oh my god, you're using the M4. In public matches against, you know, pub kids, as I like to say, you know, playing shoot house shipment, I'm running the Ram 7, I'll run the ISO AN94. I'm rarely using the, I'm rarely using the M4 unless there's just a lot of people trying hard. Then, you know, I'll pull out the M4, I'll beam kids. Kids will probably get mad at me for doing that. But, you know, it is just a very interesting thing. You just got to put in the time. Use one weapon. Get comfortable with one weapon. And one thing I would not say to do is, let's say you're using the M4 and the Ram. The problem with using the M4 and the Ram are they are two different guns and one thing. They also have two different recoil patterns. So you're going to want to pick just one weapon or two weapons that have kind of similar recoil patterns, because it's going to be hard switching back and forth between a Ram and an M4. Obviously, good players are going to be able to do that, but you've got to kind of learn the recoil pattern. So when you're shooting these bots, you know, use the weapons that you want to use in the game. And I'm not saying run an M4 like I am in this video. You know, run the weapons you want to run. So if you want to use the Ram, you know, use the Ram in practice. use the bots to practice with that weapon. Get the recoil pattern down. You know, put the attachments that you feel most comfortable with. Unless there's a bad iron sight, you should not be using sights on any of the SMGs. Please don't be using sights. They're almost useless. Yes, the ISO and there's some, but if you're running a sight on the MP5, please don't. That's not what it's used for. If you're playing public matches and not CDL or competitive, put on Merc foregrip. I know it will literally make you hip fire. It is the damage rounds plus Merc foregrip. You could literally map people and destroy people across map, hip firing with an MP5. There's a reason Merc foregrip's not allowed in competitive play because it is so broken and so OP. But you know, it's just about putting the time in, you know, and having fun while doing it. If you're struggling one day and, you know, you're just getting destroyed, don't keep playing. You know, take a break, get off, relax, you know, play a fun game, a chilling game. I know a lot of people, like, are super focused, super tryharding on Fall Guys. I use Fall Guys to relax. I don't, like, mega sweat, mega go crazy on Fall Guys. It's just my chill and relax game. It's not like I'm gonna rage, you know. There's times where I'll get mad during Fall Guys, but it's not like, oh my god, I'm gonna break my controller like this game can make me because of the spawns and the servers. And there's a lot wrong with this game. I can't wait for COD 2020. Treyarch, please save us. But you know, guys, make sure to leave a like, subscribe. I know I'm saying this late, but hopefully people subscribe. You know, I don't gain many subscribers. I'm sad, big sad. Nobody's going to be watching this far. M4 class that I'm using in this video, could put it in the... I'll put it in the comments below, but you guys won't be this far listening. And, you know, it's Compensator, Corvus, Forge Tech, Stippled, and Commando foregrip. That's what I use in this game. I go 44 and 21. Funny thing is, very next game we run into these same people, and I was like, yo, free YouTube content. I only went 30 and 20. I was like, that wasn't that good. But hopefully you guys enjoyed. I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.